Okay, I'm going to make a quick video here for some pointers on the Blueboard. I see a lot of questions based around it, either on the IK forum or other music forums. I think people are missing out on a lot of its uses. First of all, when you get the Blueboard, you put batteries in it. You make sure you have the app on your Mac, iPhone, or iPad. I do all my music production on my Mac and my iPhone. Unfortunately, my iPod is an older version, so I can't use it. You bring up the app. I don't use the Blueboard app for much except to connect it to the device. You have to register the Blueboard in this app and every single IK app. As far as other music apps go, which the Blueboard works with almost all of them, you have to go into Preferences and set the MIDI control. Go into Menu, go to Account, and Register. After that, the one thing you're going to be using is Settings. You have Program Change, which allows you to change user presets, factory presets. I don't use Program Change that much myself, except for when I am trying to get kids into playing music. I run a charity, and when I'm trying to show a kid guitar or piano, I will run through these program changes to show them all the cool different sounds they can get on their phone. Otherwise, I honestly don't use the program change that much. I use control change mostly. When I'm recording a song, I may want to turn an overdrive pedal on for a solo, and so I set the pedal with the Blueboard so I can turn it on or off, which I'll show you how to do. The other thing that I use this app for is to calibrate a pedal. As you can see, I have a wah pedal here plugged into the side. It asks you to go to the minimum, press OK, and then the maximum, boom, OK. So that pedal's calibrated. Now it's a matter of getting your wiring right so that you have the pedal connected and can use it. Now, I go back to the main menu. That's pretty much all that I use this app for. Every now and then when I'm doing a bunch of control changes, I might get way high up. The way you switch settings is to go to the next page up, you hold A down. And to go down, you hold B down. As you can see, it's at 28, 29, 30, 31. When I hold B down, it goes to 24, 25, 26, 27. Sometimes if I'm way up there and I've been doing a lot of changes, I just go back into the app to reset it back to 0, 1, 2, 3 so I know where I'm at. Otherwise, that's all I use the Blueboard app for. The rest is done within a setting, an app. So, whether you're using the Blueboard with Amplitude or, oops, didn't mean to open it, with Amplitude, Fender, Jimi Hendrix, Slash, Sample Tank, whatever you're using it for, IK-wise, has to be registered. Other apps, you have to go into them. Almost every single music app has a preferences menu. Give it a second. You go into preferences, go to MIDI, whoops, inputs. You always want to highlight Blueboard. Sometimes you have to check it or put it in the right, like Animoog, you have to highlight it. And then MIDI learn, and this is where you look at all this stuff, you can teach it. These are all settings you can give your Blueboard to change the effects while you're playing. ARP settings are great. FX, you know, all that. Okay, so we're going to go out of this app. Now, if you want to set it up for your guitar, for a control change, I'm going to go to Fender. Let's say we want to set this phaser pedal for the C button here. Now, first of all, let me make sure I was back down to 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. We will hold down, this is the switch where you turn it on or off, right here. See? Bink, bink. We will hold that switch down. It'll say assign MIDI control. I hold C down. MIDI received. Voila, now watch it turn on and off. See that? That's simply how you do it. If you want to set the volume pedal with the amp, you go to the amp, hold the volume pedal down. I'm sorry, I'm trying to stay on camera here. Hold the volume button down. It'll say assign MIDI control, and you use the pedal that you calibrated. If you want, you can use a button to control the volume, but that will just basically be on or off. There are a lot of different parameters you can set. You can set it to bypass, you can control knobs. There are all sorts of things you can set up with the Blueboard. Now, as I stated in one response on the forum, I actually use this Blueboard for keyboard work more than I do guitar work. And here's an example right now of it. First of all, very low battery. First of all, this here is audio bus. Down the road I'll do a video of this because I know people have some questions about it. But this is iGrand piano in the input, Fender in the effects, and GarageBand for recording. Or I can use Amplitude Studio. I use both actually. It depends on what I'm in the mood to use. So normally, let's go into Fender. What we're going to do is we're going to bypass the amp so we don't have the amp sound right now. Turn that one off. Oops. Set this one. Sorry. Set this one, set 3 pedals. Okay, so we can go to iGrand piano. Normally sounds like this. But I've set pedals up with the Blueboard now. So as I'm playing, watch this. Get it in camera here. There's the compressor. Tape echo. Now phaser. That's my heart key amp right there that doesn't sound so great. Crappy practice amp. So you see what I've done there? By using Audio Bus and Blueboard, I am taking iGrand piano, the normal piano sounds, with Fender as the effects. I've bypassed the amp. So I'm basically just doing what they did in the 70s and 80s. I'm using stomp boxes with my keyboard. Of course they still do it, but it was more popular back then. And I can record in GarageBand if I want. You need some kind of DAW there in the output so you'll hear sound. But, so there you have it. Turn the compressor off. And you can do this, you can do these settings with Audio Bus and with, you can do loopy. The key in loopy is when you want to re-record a loop, the secret is not to just hold down the A button, but to press it twice really fast, or whatever button you select. Whatever button you choose to do the re-record button, you have to hit it twice really fast. That's the secret that a lot of people don't know with loopy. But that's the key with these devices, and the reason I do these videos. iPhones and iDevices are really new technology. They're not that old. All these interfaces and gear have only come out either in the past year or the past couple years. Folks have to remember that it's a new technology does not work seamlessly overnight. In this past year, I have bought almost all iRig gear, the mix, the guitar interface, the Blueboard, the keys, the stomp box, the mics. I use them regularly to record on my phone, and I've had no troubles with them. Yes, in the beginning the iRig didn't work great, but all it took was deleting the Amplitude app, rebooting it in my machine, and it worked fine. Often when I see posts about thinking that the gear is defective, that's usually not the case. Statistically, most gear from all companies works just fine. The key is there's some software issue, or your signal chain is off. It's just basic troubleshooting. This Blueboard and all these interfaces allow you to do some phenomenal things. If you want to try to make a true hobby or a profession out of music, having these devices, and especially using them on a computer or using them the right way on your iDevice, you can really go far and do a lot with it. The key is to watch as many videos possible, to follow what instructions there are to a T, go on forums, ask questions, and before you know it, this Blueboard you'll be doing amazing things with it. And then you can show me videos and give me some new ideas. But there you go. Hopefully that helped.